Hey, what the heck? What the heck? Hey, everyone. Okay, welcome back to some more Let's Play modded Deus Ex. In the last episode, we traversed through some of the research station. Is that correct? We were dropped off at an access area where we could acquire and take a deep sea submersible to reach the underwater lab that Majestic 12 has going out here. I think we're here to access bits of their universal constructor, which I believe is located here, for our own needs. Some stuff that was left here when the scientists fled to Vandenberg and set up their own facility there. We eliminated some of the guards, the scientists helped us access this location, and here we are. We have read from a journal from the dead MJ-12 troop we see over there, however, that things have gone a bit bad for them here. The transgenics, which is to say the bioweapons, the Karkians and Greasels, are now out and about, and sounds as if there was sabotage here by a member of the Illuminati who detonated some explosions and killed many of the people here. We're lucky to be venturing through the aftermath of this. Anyway, that's what we did, so we're gonna start exploring this place. It has been like a decade since I've been here, viewer, so I don't have a good memory of this place, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we see together here. Before we get going, I want to tangent on two things really quick. I'll put a break here, so you can skip ahead to where we actually start the game, in case you don't care about this sort of thing. For most of the episodes we've done, I've done a summary at the beginning of it, detailing what upgrades I have for my weapons, my augmentations, and my skills and perks. I do this because, quite often, if I catch a person playing a Let's Play in the middle of it, I'm curious as to how they built their character before I begin watching them play. I assume you're the same, but if you stuck with me for the entire playthrough so far, maybe you find this annoying, and I'm not putting breaks in the game to skip ahead past that part. So, what do you think, viewer? Should I do the summary and add a break going forward? Should I go back to my other videos and add the skip link to them too, or segment the video so you can skip ahead past the summary? Or should I just not do the summary anymore? This video, we're gonna skip it. I mean, we're taking as much time as the summary would have taken anyway. But let me know what you think, and we won't do so. Number two, I just realized this when I left a comment for Lost Fremen like 5 minutes ago. Viewer, we're not talking a whole lot about things that are occurring in the game world anymore, or how they might relate to our world. There's been very little for me to think about or discuss in this regard. In the beginning portions of the game, there was a lot of thought-provoking ideas that presented themselves about freedom, the news, the press, what it means, like the virus that was ongoing, the state of the world, and so on. And we talked a little bit about those things. But at the moment, it feels like there isn't really too much of that sort of thing been going on for the past few episodes. We've been presented with some interesting spots to explore, but not so much of an interesting ideologies to explore. So on that note, I guess we'll start by talking about the only thing I can think of from the last episode. Unless you guys have some other things you can think of that you would like to hear my thoughts on. Hopefully you don't. But maybe you do. We should also check this body in the water that we didn't check last time. Oh, there's the body. Right, there you go. Let's get you out of the water then. So we had heard one of the scientists mention that the creatures that they're experimenting on are effectively being tortured, or some of them are. The ones out here are likely, these ones actually might have been, because these are escaped bioweapons, effectively. It's pretty cruel to grow a creature in a lab and then torture it or experiment on it to see. We're assuming it can feel pain, it reacts to it, and what have you, right? Like the experiments they did on dogs or what have you to test learned helplessness and stuff like that seem really cruel to do. But, however, I don't really feel bad for these creatures Because we don't see that happening. We just see them attacking us, spitting poison in our face, biting us, chasing us down when we're underwater. So I don't really feel too bad about Karkians or Greasels being tormented in this game world. Maybe if some of them fled from us after taking damage, but they don't. They just keep fighting us, if I recall correctly. They don't run away. Like calling for help or something like that. Like we would expect from like an EverQuest creature when it gets low on life. We get a stun charger. I see a Karkian. I don't think Karkians are a bit like Daleks, I think. They can't take stairs very well. But I also don't think one Tranquilizer Dart is enough to down one of them. Something I remember reading about torture a long time ago was there was supposedly during World War II. It scared the heck out of me. What the heck was that? Yeah, one Tranquilizer Dart is not enough to down a Karkian. And I don't think it's enough to down a Greasel either. I think it's going to take at least 2. That said, though, it will do some effectively damage to them. And we don't really have a whole lot of anything else to use our Tranquilizer on, so we'll go ahead and just begin weakening the Karkians before shotgunning them to death, I think. Right in your face! Anyway, in World War II, I think there was a lab that the Japanese had where they were experimenting on captured, or rather prisoners of war. And they were injecting them with all sorts of diseases, seeing how much pain they could tolerate and stuff of that sort. And if I recall correctly, the scientists who did these things in the lab were all excused for the things they did to those they tormented, in exchange for the data that they had acquired from such experiments. That is, on one hand, I'm sure we benefited from the knowledge. On the other hand, I feel like, no. You take the knowledge, and you punish the people by doing the same thing to them.
You already know the way I take this home to the crew module. Not every door was sealed against explosions.
Lead the way, Denton.
Oh, so Bob Page is watching us through Icarus. Interesting. Take an EMP grenade. Hello, Karkian. You're a water Karkian. You're not moving at all. Like, you're just really angry. Takes at least 2. Alright. Oh, wow. Whoa! There certainly are a lot of these. Yeah, like, I really feel for them. Getting out of water can be tricky in this game. I get it. Oh, look at the dart. It was right in its back. Whoa! That one just vanished. Oh no, that's it right there. Alright, not bad. I'm a hero. Oops, that's the wrong thing to activate, Tim. That's not quick save in this game. That's quick save in Stalker 2. Right. I think you torture the scientists who did the same thing to the people to get the information that they acquired. And you take notes of what happened to them. I do not like the idea of people suffering in such a way and there being no repercussions. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. That's a plasma gun. We don't need a plasma gun. We have some doors down there. Guess we could go exploring underwater. We have 2 rebreathers. We can use 1 rebreather, I suppose. Actually, how much experience do we have? I think maybe taking athletics up a rank could be useful for us in this area, too. We need another 600 experience points, though, for that. Can we... Yeah, I want to see what's in here. So a plasma rifle. And that's it. Just a plasma rifle. Okay, so we eliminated all those Karkians for really no reason. Let's check the other side, but I have a hunch. Okay, yeah, there was nothing. I was going to go swimming, but then it just occurs to me right now that what I thought were passages, we're actually in one of them right now, so there was no reason for us to do that to the Karkians. And they can stay underwater, apparently, right? They don't have to surface to breathe at all, it looks like, based on our encounters of them in Hong Kong. Sealed! Alright, we're not getting in that. Oh, they're all sealed. Most of them are sealed. Another EMP grenade. I don't care about stopworms. Mary Beth, I've got fires going up all over the place, and I don't know if I'll be able to put them all out. This is getting serious. Security locks have failed on the containment pens, and a bunch of the cameras don't seem to be functioning. So there's no way to track any escaped animals. I just got a call that the turrets on the command level went active and started shooting everything in the room. I'm way over my head, and I can't even raise you or anyone else on the horn. I'm going down to the UC lab, so look for me there if you get this note. Yoshio. Okay, where are we going then? I clearly missed something. I'm so lost, viewer. I'm playing Hedon at the same time I'm playing this game, and that game is like Hexen. There's massive, sprawling levels, and things are interconnected with each other, and you have to go back and forth to find the things that you're looking for. Wow, Tim, you're stuck in a very small area. Where are we going? Why? Okay, let's see. And there's no map here either, Tim. Was it over here? This leads to the same spot we're in right now. Oh, I just completely missed the staircase that went up more. Okay, that's all there was to it. Anyway, I get lost very easily in that game too, and that game has a map. Thankfully, our master level hacking, we can turn off all these cameras in case it matters. I'll just bypass the turret. Oh, and that was this room. Candy bar. Oh, we're a little hurt. Interesting. No Karkian hit us. It must have been leftover damage from the areas we had done earlier. She didn't make it. I love how dark it is out there. Reminds me of Soma. We played that last year for Halloween. Let's use a single med kit. Okay, that healed some of what we had suffered. Okay, what are we looking at here when it comes to information? Got a turret down here in the lab, serial number something, not responding to any kind of input, and I can't get the thing to stand down. I've tried running diagnostics on it, but no response. Anything you can do from your end? Otherwise, it looks like I'll have to dismantle the damn thing. Roland. The illumination is at hand. You have been in the service of the false ones, those who call themselves majestic, but have so little understanding of the true doctrine of the mighty. It is unfortunate that you will not be able to comprehend the plan, the way, the course that has been carefully laid out for us over 1,000 years. I truly wish you could see the beauty of everything that has been shown to me, and then you would understand why I must undertake such extreme measures. By the time you receive this message, it will already be too late. The computer virus will have been released, and by now the entire network has been thoroughly infiltrated. I am sorry. The only comfort I can give is that your necessary sacrifice will be for a higher cause. Took me a second to see the turret. Turrets are tough. We don't have a good way of dealing with turrets aside from our EMP grenades now. Unfortunately, if I'm crouched, I can't access my inventory to access the EMP grenade I want. Okay, let's see. Oh, Norton, that's only temporary. It will recover. Tim says as he takes his time looking around. Well, actually, maybe it won't recover. Bots don't recover, Tim, but cameras do? I can't remember. It's recovered. It's recovered. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I thought I picked up some soy food as well. I've eaten all that already. Okay. Whoa, Greasel. He has a key there. That's interesting. So bots permanently are disabled by EMP grenades, but the turrets are not. Please tell me that worked. It did, okay. I think that might have been the very first... Oh, we could have also hacked it. That would have been the very first turret I think I've used an EMP grenade on, viewer, in all my years of playing this game. Or, well, years of playing this game. It sounds like I play this game frequently. In the times I've played this game, I don't think I've ever used an EMP grenade against one. We just picked up a key for the key ring. It doesn't open this, though. We're not using 4 lockpicks on that. That sounded bad. Sounds like they're eating her. Weasels are not like velociraptors, though. They cannot open doors. Oh, it does run around in fear. Tim says as he happily, gleefully kills it. Okay, so they do run in pain and what have you. We arrived just barely too late to save the girl that was in here, it would seem. Oh, these must be the cages for them. Wow, so they only get us very small square to live in. That does seem... Man, that's unfortunate. No wonder why they're so angry. Actually, they probably don't have any concept of, like, vengeance for what their living conditions or something of the sort. A blank data cube. We'll heal all our legs. Alright, we have more greasels. I'm thinking, do I want to use the tranquilizer darts or do I want to use normal darts? We'll use normal darts. We're probably not going to be doing very much underwater fighting, so we'll use this. We can kill this one maybe quickly. Give me a viewer using my targeting. You guys proud of me? Okay, let's see what's down here. I seem to remember there being there's an important key or a nano augmentation upgrade down here. We don't know the passcode to that. Yeah. This is why we brought flares with us, though. Oh, there's a greasel or something. The combat music started. Oh, there you are. It's behind a wall, though. We can't actually shoot it. As long as they stay distant and don't try to close with us, we can do this. Actually, they might be immune to the poison on this. No, they're not. Okay, good. We got them both. Oh, wow, there's a lot of them in there. My flare darts are not setting them on fire, which is really what I wanted to do. Man, there's a lot of them in here. Woo! Remember, viewer, when I said the auto fire was useless on this? I take that back. This has been useful for this particular area. There's a lot of these things in here. And what do we fight for? A biocell. Well, that's not really worth what we spent. I got that tunnel code for you, Dr. Awaz. Project management has something blah 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 something something something. We get the code. Okay. Karkians. Oh, the Greasels killed the Karkian. Two picks to open that door. We have 8 lockpicks only, so I am very hesitant to do that. Some ammo for our submachine gun. Let's get him out of the way. This is why we took flares. Oh, and that one's sealed. We can't go that way. Alright, so we learned the code that we needed. Multi-tools are currently at a premium. That looks important. We do have a way to open this. No, we don't have a way to open this. We can use tranquilizer darts because we might get those back. No. And we get a hazmat suit. I think that's worth it. Do we go down there? That's outside. We have a single rebreather, viewer. I don't know if we should do that. Let's use that code we got first. The music is very aquatic to me as well. The tones it uses reminds me of the Donkey Kong Country underwater music, which I like. Alright, let's make a hard save. We're doing pretty well so far. Alright, now what was that code? Guess we should add a note, because I like doing it this way. This will be the underwater lab. Access code for tunnel 5690. I'm assuming it's for this.
Past the checkpoint is an excavation area where they were expanding the facility. Beyond that should be the crew module.
Alright, so that's where we're supposed to go. I feel like that's where we're supposed to go. So let's go back up, because there was another door we could have chosen to go down earlier. Yeah, this one. Let's see what's on the other side of this. Oh, we can't! Oh, sealed, damn it. Crying out loud. Sorry, viewer. And did we get the key card? We did pick up a key. It wasn't for this. I'm not willing to spend 4 lockpicks on that. It was the Greasel Laboratory key we picked up. That was this? That must be this room. Oh, Tim, do you want to go outside? This is... I'm gonna do it. Can always reload. What's $5 more for us? Oh, right. Where are we up to, by the way? I think we're at... Is it 22? I think we're at 22 reloads at the moment. That's not a quick save, Tim. Alright, so let's do this. This is such a giant mistake. I feel like we shouldn't be doing this. But it's too late. We're committing. And there was nothing. There was nothing out here, viewer. We need 2 lockpicks to get in this. Let's see what's in here really quick. Let's see what... I mean, we can't fire anything underwater, Tim. You can only use your crossbow. All right, so then let's just fire some darts and see if this was worth it. Here's a single lockpick. And some explosives. That's what you came down here for. That is not worth it at all. It's not worth it at all. No, we're gonna reload. Alright, so that's $115 now donated to something. Okay, that's not worth it. That's not worth 2 rebreathers and, like, 5, bio cells. We could get there with 1 rebreather, probably, and back, but also 2 lockpicks? No. Just for some rockets? I didn't see how many rockets were in that, but that is... I highly doubt that's worth it. You must be desperate for rockets for your GEP gun. If you're doing that. Corporal Hutchins. This place has gone to hell, and it's all Ridley's fault. I've been able to track him, and it looks like he's heading for the dock. He must have a URV scheduled to pick him up. There's no way I'm going to let him get away, not after what he's done. Grab some firepower and hole up wherever you can. On extraction, team is bound to show up sooner or later. If you run into trouble, bypass security with Ocean Guard, login, and Kraken password. I don't know how much longer that'll work. Good luck, Sergeant Mann. We don't need these, viewer, but I'm going to write these down anyway. Let's see. Security. Ocean Guard. In case I play a different character and just want to cheat. and remember what these codes are. I do want those sniper rifle rounds. We do want those. Where are you? Hey, Yashiro, where the hell are you? I've been trying to raise you guys for the last hour, but no answers. Not on the hardline, not on the squelch. If you get this message, respond to ASAP and let us know the situation. Christ, the intruder alarms are going off up here. Probably another security drill. It's really turning into one of those days. Egon. Oof. Thank you, hazmat suit, for absorbing some of that. Actually, I guess we leave it on. This feels like Kraken territory, Karkian territory. I shouldn't be proud of it, but I didn't reload the weapons in the middle of combat, and because of my house rules. That was fun. That was fun. We also made a lot of noise, so that should have been everything in the room. It's not everything in the room. Drilling out more rooms for the future, apparently. Expanding the lab. Oh, what the? What was? I thought you were a hazmat suit. That's not a hazmat suit, that's a hazardous creature. It's the opposite, kind of what a hazmat suit is. It wanted to wear us. Can't use the switch. Okay, I don't think there was doesn't look like there's anything else over here. Actually, there is this. 4 lockpicks. So we needed the key card for that. If I had 11, I might lockpick one of the doors. But we don't. How they got the equipment down here to start digging this. Like, how'd they move this down here? Oh, they must have constructed it on site, is what they did, Tim. They brought the supplies down here and built it down here. Yeah, that must have been what they did. That's a big boy. Or a big girl. I don't know how the sexual dimorphism affects Karkians. Recoil mod. Crew module access key. It's the recoil on our sniper rifle. Almost maxed. Our stealth pistol has just one. We'll put it in the stealth pistol. I was hoping for another auto up modification, but I guess there is only one in the game. Actually, or we just haven't found any others. Is the case. I'm also glad we saved all our ammo. Like, we were really stingy on it earlier. We are beginning to go through our shotgun ammo now. Do we want to go back up and lockpick that one door, Tim? It's 4. No, I don't want this 5 lockpicks left. We don't need any more augmentation upgrades either. We're kind of good. Our build isn't finished, but it's close enough to it. Glow sticks used down here, huh? Why am I remembering a difficult battle up in this room? Suddenly it occurred to me, I think we're fighting someone? In here? Is that right, Tim? Why are you remembering that? I'm pretty sure we have to go back to the URV to get out of here. I think Walton Simons is waiting for us up there. Why do I remember that? I'm probably misremembering. He'll slaughter us if we get to fight him in that room. I don't think we're winning that fight. Cameras and turrets. Okay, so we want to not go down there. That's a bit ominous. Why do they have a skull here? I don't see any monsters in here. By monsters, I mean the Karkians or Greasels. Just gonna check for key cards under the pillows. I don't see any. Universal Constructor: Theory, Principles, and Practice by Wayne Yin. And thus arose the need for a more generalized theory encompassing a universal constructor that would be able to handle such arbitrary complex nanoscale design problems. Unlike the simple atom by atom nanotech constructors common today, a UC would combine millions upon millions of atoms in a parallel process that could produce materials or mechanisms of unmatched intricacy on a scale currently not possible, even with the best nanoscale foundry. Okay, gotcha. So a super advanced 3D printer of that could, but it says atoms, so that would be able to use biological why do I say mechanical? It can't create life though, but I guess you could create. Tim, you don't know. Shut up. One of the most obvious applications of a UC, if its construction were even practical, would be the genetic manipulation of life forms on the atomic level to cure disease, correct congenital defects, or expand their capabilities in beneficial ways. Okay, I am kind of correct. Of course, Tim. They made the great death with this. Yeah, correct. Come on, Tim. Something so stupid. Theoretically, if an intelligent real-time control program were developed for the UC, then autonomous artificial nanoscale organisms could be assembled. Careful design could create organisms that might actually exist in symbiosis with other life. Yeah, right. This is the nanotech we have in us. However, UC also creates the tangible threat of a gray goo scenario, Design an organism that is so evolutionary advanced as to overwhelm the current ecosystem, which is also what's happening with the Grey Death if it gets released. Man, we can't... Oh, we can shoot these open, I guess. How many sniper rifle rounds do we have? We have 40? 37? I'm willing to use 2. A med kit and a flare, and that's it. We kind of do need the health kit. You know, viewer, I'm going to skip athletics. We're good. Oh, then again, Tim, are you sure? No, we'll grab a medicine. Let's take a perk. Let's take this up. That should, yeah, that heals a bit more now. 60 points. Wow, doubles the health kit. Okay, that's actually a nice upgrade. Holy crap! I'll remember that from my other times I played through the game. And we have a pepper gun, which we don't care about. Actually, we're just gonna drop that. And a range mod. It's our assault rifle. Range is 2. Let's put it in our assault rifle. I feel like we also can reload here. We're not in any serious danger. It's 2 picks. A candy bar. Delicious. A single bioelectric cell, and that's all that was there. I don't care about the binoculars, unless do we care about the binoculars? I don't see any corpses outside floating in the water. Come on, let's shoot this open. What do we get? Some liquor. Delicious. And some darts. Okay, that's not so bad. But that was all that was here. So we have to go downstairs after all? I don't think we found what we're looking for here. And I don't see any... There's no way to deactivate the systems from up here either. You can probably crouch... let's see if it sees us poking our head out here. It does not. Three lockpicks to open that. We're not doing it. Do we... I don't think we care about the camera. U.S. situation worsens. APR, Washington, D.C. With the declaration of martial law only 24 hours ago in the United States, the country is in turmoil and teeters on the edge of social collapse. Yeah, that would happen. You would immediately get everyone who was... you can't declare martial law in the entire country for this. You really can't. You can't force people to do it. You have to ask them to do it. And even then, you're going to get lots of people who don't agree with staying indoors permanently for any reason. Or a curfew on the whole country. Numerous governors, including Jason Findley of Colorado, Gray Haddock of Texas, and Christina Lake of California, have refused to comply with the presidential directive or acknowledge the authority of Walton Simons, director of FEMA. Good for them. Yep. What right does he have to do it? National Guard and other troops mobilized to quell domestic turmoil and disarray as many units have gone AWOL. Yep. There will be whole squads, what have you. Everyone's going to disagree on what they should be doing or not. Yep. They're not going to fire on civilians if they also believe that the orders are not valid. In a live netcast earlier today, General Ed Garner said that he would give no order nor allow any order to be given to those under my command that will lead to their taking potentially lethal measures against unarmed civilian population. Thank God. Yes, the correct answer. He concluded by saying that our neighbors are not our enemies. As long as the civilians remain unarmed and don't begin arming themselves and attacking people, then we have a different situation. General Garner, but then again, like, what happens if the government is so, like, this is one general. There are others who probably will do this, right? So, General Garner was immediately relieved of command by Walton Simons, resulting in the resignation of N.D. Groper, Secretary of Defense. Yep, okay. Reports that this is wonderful to watch people stay. I mean, it's a video game. This is what I would hope. People resigning, people like, no, we're not doing this. And maybe, hopefully, fighting back against the government if it became this tyrannical. Reports that the detachment of UNACO troops fired on a crowd of protesters in New York City has yet to be verified, although several high-level sources within the government indicate that the situation may have degenerated to the point where UNACO is no longer operating under government supervision. So reports have been received from Mexico City, London, Berlin, Paris, and Moscow. Okay, good. Everyone's realizing that something's up with UNACO. Of course, what's interesting to me is that, like, in our world, it's interesting to see how this game was made back in 1999, where newspapers were still a thing, and here we all are with YouTube, and everyone can go and watch the video on our cell phones of people recording what's going on and uploading it for the entire world to see. It's so interesting, isn't it? The technology that they guessed we'd have and what we actually have. We're using more sniper rifle rounds. Let's see, fire extinguisher, a 40. That's it. We'll drink the 40. I mean, we're gonna keep blowing these open. A multi-tool? Tech goggles. I mean, we'll take the tech goggles, I suppose. Lots of skulls around here in these rooms. Demand, who was Thursday? I think, said Dr. Bull with precision, that I am lying in bed at number 217 Peabody Buildings, and that I shall soon wake up with a jump, or, if that's not it, I think I am sitting in a small cushioned cell in Hanwell, and that the doctor can't make much of my case. But if you want to know what I don't think, I'll tell you. I don't think what you think. I don't think and never shall think that the mass of ordinary men are a pack of dirty modern thinkers. No, sir, I'm a Democrat. I still don't believe that Sunday could convert one average Navy or counterjumper. Nope, I may be mad, but humanity isn't. I don't know what a dirty modern thinker would be qualified as. Simon turned his bright blue eyes on Bull with an earnestness which he did not calmly make clear. You are a very fine fellow, he said. You can believe in a sanity which is not merely your sanity. And you're right enough about humanity, about peasants and people like that jolly old innkeeper. But you're not right about Renard. I expected him from the start. He's rationalistic, and what's worse, he's rich. And when duty and religion are really destroyed, it will be done by the rich. I think I agree with that. Though I think religion's making a comeback these days, isn't it? People are turning back to God, or I believe that's been the case, or that's been the feeling I've had. Which is good. I feel. I'm a Catholic. I don't know. Do we get involved in a religious discussion, Vera? I don't think we do. I don't think there's any appropriate time where we should do that. Not even here. But I will say that I do enjoy the structure that religion has provided. In my life, at least. I like thinking that there is some higher power that's watching over us. I am not sure, to be perfectly honest, that God exists. But I like to think he does. That doesn't mean he does, though. I would have to write down a bunch of thoughts to say more in this regard. Because Viewer, I wing everything I talk about for the vast majority of the videos, like 99% of them, is me just talking up, firing from the hip. Very rarely, but I have done it, have I written down my thoughts to make sure I get exactly the message across that I wish. But I'm not doing that currently for any of these videos. And so, if I want to have a serious topic about that sort of thing, religion, I need to actually take notes. This is not something I can do. I'm not a good debater. I am not good at organizing my thoughts very well, so forgive me for not getting more in-depth about that sort of thing. You know, we were just talking about there being not a whole lot of things to talk about in this series recently, and now we have several things to do that with, and I'm backing away from it. Not from fear, but from my... I do not desire to sound so utterly unintelligent. An elevator. We'll just detonate whatever mine that is. Was a gas mine. We got 4 more experience points for making it down here. We could take stealth up another rank, I suppose. We're not... Well, I think we might get enough experience points to level medicine or athletics once. I don't really feel like we don't need another point in stealth. No, we're not gonna take it. I hope you're the rescue team, and I hope you came armed. Ridley screwed us, and whoever wasn't drowned, eaten by one of those monstrosities they've had us creating, or cut in half by a turret, has taken refuge in the UC lab. There's not many left. I've jury-rigged some laser tripwires to warn us if any of our specimens make it this far looking for Mommy and Daddy, but now it's the spiders that are causing a problem. I don't know how much longer we can hold out. Please, hurry. I don't know if I feel bad for these people, because they are working on things that they have to know are being used for evil purposes. But then again, I guess their lives are at stake. That's a tough thing to ask anyone to do. Sacrifice their life to not work on killing other people, or being held at a point of a gun. And just doing it, with the hope that someone can rescue you from your current situation. So they mentioned spider bots, so I immediately want AP rounds. And I guess we'll take EMP. Although a few of you will be playing for close enough to an hour that we should stop. So let's end the episode here, and I will come back to the next one. I'll see you guys then. Maybe I'll also wait to upload this for some opinions on what I've asked earlier, and then we'll record the next one. Yep, so I'll wait a few days until this goes up before I record the next one. All right, I'm babbling again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then. Take care, everyone.